All right, welcome back to the channel. Let me close this real quick. Okay, so we have a Edison JANK tournament today. This tournament is 15 players, 4 rounds of Swiss. Let me make sure it's not trying to do 5. See, it's trying to do 5. We are capping this at 4. We do not do 5. How's everybody feeling? This is right after Pittsburgh, so I did not get to stream the week of Pittsburgh because I was sick. And right now I'm actually still dealing with the residuals of that from Chicago, but I do feel a lot better. I don't think I'm sick anymore, but I still have to like clear out all the mucus and bullshit. Also, Gage, I did send you a invite on Patreon to the Discord server, so check your Patreon inbox, but your invite should be in there. Your invite should be in your inbox on Patreon. Chicago was awesome. Chicago is always a good time. I got to hang out with all the boys, all the guys that are my, good friends over the years, and it was a good time. They treated me very well. The hospitality was amazing. Shout out to Alex Chen. Me and Gary stayed with Alex Chen, and yeah, he was really, really hospitable to us, opened his home to us, and drove us around everywhere, which was nice. But yeah, it was great. Like, honestly, I had a great time. So yeah, no notes for that in terms of Chicago. Chicago's always good. Like, it's a major city, so it has, like, I feel at home at Chicago because I live in Philadelphia, which is also a major city. Oh, there's Nimnim. Nimnim is actually in here now. Sorry, I'm like dealing with some administrative stuff right now. Okay, so, but yeah, no, these past 2 weeks of Yugioh have been awesome. I am glad to be back home though. Like, I do need some home time, so I'm only home for a couple weeks. We're right back out the LDS Houston, and then Retro Reborn Fort Myers is coming right up. So like we're not home that long. I think it's like 19 days until I fly out again. Today's the 21st, so there are 10 more days in July. And then, yeah, July has 10 more days. Let me see. And then I fly out on like August 7th, I believe, for Houston, which is, yeah. So there's not much downtime. Honestly, there's been so many events, and I said this earlier in the year. I was like, you know, Konami's not in the format anymore, but we have more events now than we did when Konami was a part of the actual format, which is crazy, right? Like, the biggest company leaves Edison, and then we end up with more events to go to play Edison. So that's awesome. Also, other formats, because Konami did not support Redo or GOATs like that at all. Like, at all. So, you know. But here we are. Oh, Stardust Assault Mode. Now, this is a deck that could be very scary in Jank, I think. Like, I do not want to play, like, I do not want to play against this in regular Edison, let alone in Jank. I do not deal in the plannings of future events, so I do not have any insights on where the tournament circuits are going or what cities they're going to. That, I think that ultimately comes down to like the players and in the Discord servers and stuff like that. And like obviously, you know, cost and all that good stuff. Like how easy is it to get to a place? But I don't make any of those decisions. I'm not the TO. I am just the commentator for the events. What did I eat this past weekend? Nothing good. I actually had a terrible experience on Friday going to Texas de Brazil in Pittsburgh. I just think that, like, so everyone knows Fogo de Chao, right? Like, Brazilian steakhouse, you go there, they bring out meat, they cut it in front of you, and it's amazing. And Fogo has been a staple in the Yu-Gi-Oh community for a very long time, since I was young, like since I was in my, I think I was a teenager the first time I started going to Fogo, and then in my early 20s it was a really big deal to go to events and then go to Fogo after. And that, yeah, it was awesome. And then we stopped going because, like, you know, we grew up and started going to like actual steakhouses and shit like that. Anyways, Fogo never really disappointed. But I remember one time we went to Texas de Brazil instead, and like I think we were in Texas, and like it was everyone, me, Silverman, Billy, Jeff, McCabe, like the whole squad back in the day, like everybody, right? We're all at fucking Fogo or Texas de Brazil. I remember the time we went to Texas de Brazil and it was awful in like 2011 or whatever, like YCS Dallas 2011 or YCS Dallas 2012, one of those years. And it was bad. And I was like, holy shit, this is like way worse Fogo. And I forgot, but I remember when we were going to Pittsburgh on Friday. So Friday night, my friend Adam, oh, Brandon, thank you for the $20. My friend Brandon was like, not Brandon, fuck, you messed up my train. Anyway, my friend Adam was like, yo, we have reservations for Texas de Brazil tonight. Do you want to come with us? And I was like, you know what? Sure. I don't have Disney reservations tonight, so I'll go. And then we got there and I remember I was sitting at the table. I was like, this place is bad, but I don't remember why. And as soon as they started bringing the meat out, I remembered exactly why that place is fucking trash. Like, the meat is terrible. It doesn't taste nearly the same as Fogo. Also, okay, let me give more backstory here because this like I'm triggered right now. The waitress comes over when we first sit down. First of all, it takes way too long for us to get water. Like, you know, when you sit down, when they seat you, I feel like you should be offered water, drink, whatever within the first like 5 minutes. It took over 10 minutes for somebody to just come to our table. So that's strike number one. Bad service. Strike number two, the waitress says, hey, just by the way, all the meat will come out at medium rare by default. Is that okay? And if not, we can, you know, make things like medium well or like well done, whatever. Like whatever way you want the meat to be cooked, but by default, it will come out as medium rare. Are there any objections to that? And all of us were like, no, that is perfectly fine for our table. There were 5 of us seated. Strike number 3, the table was shaped like a rectangle. This wouldn't be a problem except that we were in a corner. So when you're in a corner, like when you bring out the meat, the person would come to the edge of the table, right? And they would start slicing the meat. And then the person in the corner, the person who's sitting in the corner would have to reach over to like get it because they wouldn't walk around the table. So if you were seated anywhere else, I would hope that they would like walk around to the person so that way they're not reaching across the entire damn table to grab the fucking sliced meat. So that was annoying because they would just lazily go to the edge of the table, like slice the meat, and then the people who were closest to the edge of the table could like, you know, just grab it with the tongs and put it on their plate. But then if you were not at the edge of the table, you would have to like reach over it. Now, the reason why the rectangle table thing is annoying is because at Fogo, the tables a lot of times are just circles, which makes so much sense. I realized once I saw what they were doing, because at Fogo, they will walk around the circle of the table and give everybody meat next to them so that way you're not inconveniencing or being rude to anyone by reaching over their entire fucking plate, their entire meal with your arm to grab the meat. So that was another thing, but nothing is more egregious than this. So remember the point number 2, strike 2 was she told us that the meat will come out at medium rare by default. That was a fucking lie, survey says. So what ended up happening is the meat would come out and a lot of the time it would be well done. And I don't know about you guys, but like if I go to any kind of steakhouse, Brazilian, American, or any steakhouse, I don't want well done meat. Like I'm not a fucking barbarian, so I do not go there to get like burger meat. Like if I wanted a burger or ground beef, I would just go to, I don't know, Burger King or some shit. So the meat was coming out and it was like, well, that's just not medium rare. Like the meat was not consistent at all. Some of us will end up with pieces that were medium at best, and then the rest of us will end up with pieces that were like blatantly well done. I actually took a picture of one of the pieces of meat, like not even one of the pieces, 3 pieces of the meat that were so outrageously overcooked that one, it should have never been served to anybody like in the restaurant. Well, this place is kind of expensive, by the way, too. The bill was like $84 a person. So like, this is not like Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn or whatever. This is like, you know, $84 meal, which is under a regular steakhouse because steakhouses are obviously way more expensive, but still way more than like if we just went to like Longhorn or one of those like mid-tier steakhouse places. Like it's like twice the bill. Like if you go to like Texas Roadhouse, you'll spend like $40, $45, something like that. So this is like double the price, and the food tastes way worse, like way worse. Also, that's another thing. Even the meat that wasn't just straight up overcooked and well done wasn't good because they just I don't know what like seasoning they use at Texas de Brazil. It's not good though. They need to stop that. It just like the entire experience was bad. Like it was so bad that I'm committed to writing a Google review for that one in Pittsburgh. I think that all Texas de Brazil suck, but like I'm gonna write a review for the one that I actually went to because it was just that bad, and I recommend no one spend their money there because it was fucking awful. Like that place is awful, and the service sucks too. So there you go. So that's my experience going to that bad Brazilian steakhouse, and now I have to go to Fogo de Chao because I need to like wash the taste out of my mouth from that bad Brazilian steakhouse by going to a real one, like a good one. So there you have it. Yeah, I do not recommend, if you're ever in Pittsburgh, do not go to Texas de Brazil. It is a waste of your time and money. It is a joke. Like that place is a straight up joke. You could just check the channel. There's a video for like the top decks in Edison format on my channel. It's actually like pinned to the channel. Literally just like type in top decks in Edison format or something on YouTube or Google, it'll come up. Yeah, do not ever go to Texas de Brazil. I promise you, it is a mistake. If you guys want to ever go to a Brazilian steakhouse, just go to Fogo. Fogo is so much better, service-wise, food quality-wise. When they say it's going to be medium or medium rare or whatever, it will actually be that. Whereas at Texas de Brazil, they tell you that, and then they bring out well-done pieces of meat, and it's like, what the hell are we doing? I want to show you guys a picture of the meat, so that way you know I'm not capping here and not just like shit-talking this place for no reason, because it's like, I cannot believe that they would serve this. Like this, like I cannot believe that they would ever serve this to a customer at any point and then charge $84 for it. Where is it? I have the picture here. Open. Yeah, here we go. All right. Now you tell me if this meat looks like it is medium rare at all. Like, does anything about this meat look like it's medium rare? First of all, the piece at the top left, I should have made a video. I was hitting it with my fork because it was like charcoal. It was like charcoal, bro. I swear to God, it was like charcoal. It was like you could like hit it and it would make a sound like a rock. Like it would be like a rock. Yes, you are seeing the inside. Like it is very well done. And we were like, this is not medium rare. Like nothing about this meat is medium rare. And the lady said that the meat will come out as medium rare. It was not medium rare. Also, I love that the plate says Texas de Brazil so you can see it. I don't know why they would ever serve this to anyone. The meat was bad, by the way, like all of it. Like I should have just did like a whole, I didn't know it was going to be so bad, but I should have just been like recording and taking pictures of all of it because it was all so fucking bad that honestly, like I just stopped eating it. Like honestly, I stopped eating it after like 10 minutes. I was like, I'm good. They were like, are you sure? Like my friends were like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like I'm not. They were also disappointed, but they were hungry. Whereas when I'm disappointed, even if I'm hungry, I will just go and get Uber Eats after this. Like I'm good. Like I'm not about to fill myself up on medium, or not medium, well done burnt meat. Like I'm not about to eat burnt meat. I'm sorry. Like I'm just never hungry enough to be like, I'm going to start downing like burnt pieces of steak and pork and chicken and whatever else. Like it just was bad. Like it was so bad. It was $84. $84 a person. Yeah, it was just overall bad. And like I said, I also hated the fact that they put us in a corner and then the table was shaped like a rectangle. So, well, what was in the shape of a rectangle. So it was just like, they would not come around to the person who is seated away from the edge of the table. So then the person at the edge of the table have to like, the person who's at the back of the table have to reach all the way across to like get food. Instead of them either A, walking around, like, so you can stop at the edge of the table, right? Like you come to the head of the table, you slice meat, you give it to the person on the left, you slice meat, you give it to the person on the right, slice meat, give it to the person one chair down, slice meat, give it to the person one chair down. And then whoever is, if someone is like to the point where they can't just reach their arm out a little bit and grab it without reaching over someone, then I think that you should walk around to that person like they do at Fogo. I'm not asking for anything crazy here. I'm asking for the same service that you get at another place that is literally their competition. But not really, because this place sucks. But like at Fogo, they just walk around to you. Like at Fogo, they literally walk around and they go, okay, like here's your food. Like I'm slicing it in front of you, and then you just like pick up your tongs and you just grab it and you put it on your plate. And you're not reaching your arm over someone's plate while they're trying to eat and like saying pardon my reach every 5 seconds, because that's what the experience was. So yeah, this is not like, I'm not BSing you. Like this was the meat that they were serving, and I was just like, there's no fucking shot. Like when I tell you guys that I could have threw this and hit somebody and hurt them, I could have hit somebody with this and it would have hurt. Like someone, I could have knocked one of the waitresses unconscious with this right here. This was like a hockey puck. I really should have recorded a video of me just like tapping it with my fork. The sound that it made sounded like a fucking rock. So never again. Like never again on that one. I did go to a place that I enjoyed though, called the Milkshake Factory, which we don't have that in Philadelphia, but in Pittsburgh it was a thing. And when we were leaving Pittsburgh, we saw another one, so it must be like a chain or something in that area. But the Milkshake Factory was fucking awesome. I got like a crazy like cookies and cream brownie milkshake thing, and it was really, really good. Like insanely good. That was actually my dinner Sunday night. Like that was what I ate for dinner Sunday, because I just was like, I don't trust this place. I don't trust like this city, so I'm just gonna eat desserts. And that's what I literally ate desserts instead. Yeah, you know it was exactly, you know it was bad, because I'm never this passionate about any food place I've been to in a negative way. Also, I don't usually take pictures of the food when it's bad. Like usually when I take pictures of the food, it's because it's good, right? Like I don't take pictures of the food and be like, this was terrible. Like all my Japan food pictures are like amazing, like salivating, you know? But this was just like, why are y'all serving dry ass, burnt ass meat? Like, why are y'all putting, like, this should not enter someone's plate. Like, again, I really wish I recorded a video so you could just see, like I cut into it. I remember looking at my friend Adam. I sliced into it. They were like, this is filet mignon, right? They said, this is filet mignon, which I believe is in those pictures. I sliced into mine and I looked at the middle of it and it, no pink, no nothing, just straight up gray. I took a bite. I was like, this is dry as fuck. Actually, one of the people who topped, James Huang, who goes to my local, like we went to the same local growing up, AU, he topped with GBs. He got 16th place. He was seated right next to me. And we were both chewing our filet mignon for like 3 minutes. And at some point, he just goes, it's really dry. Like with it in his mouth. He's like, it's really dry. And I was like, yeah, like it's very fucking dry. And then I just spit mine into my napkin. I was like, I can't swallow that. Like, I'm sorry. Like you brought out a piece of burnt filet mignon. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? So yeah, I was not happy. Yeah, I was sick physically and like, you know, metaphorically. Like I was sick. Whew. But that was my experience. And I was like, you know what? It's the first night here. I'm committed to having a good time when I travel. So I didn't Karen out, but my friends wanted me to. And I was just like, I just don't want to be that guy. But like, it was so bad. And it was honestly, for that money, for $84, it was honestly worth Karen out. But I just was like, you know what? I'll just review and let people know so they know like before they go, because that was the problem, is that when I looked at the reviews were like 4.4 stars, which is fucking crazy. The people of Pittsburgh either A, don't know what good food is, or B, they just deserve better, or both. That place should not have 4.4 stars. Like 1 star, easy. Like easy, do not eat here if you like the taste of food at all. Like, do not eat at Texas de Brazil in Pittsburgh or anywhere. Texas de Brazil sucks. This is more so about Texas de Brazil than it is about Pittsburgh, because I had Texas de Brazil in Texas and it was awful. Like when I was like 21. Yeah, I saw your stories, Steven. That was awesome though. Like the Kyrie Irving, was it Uncle Drew? Is it Uncle Drew? I saw that the food truck thing. Yeah, that looked really fun. Randomly, there was a basketball tournament going on in Pittsburgh as well. There was like a pickle fest, which I'm not a pickle guy, so like, I'll pass. And what's funny is that, so I've been to Pittsburgh many times, because if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, you know that Konami chooses Pittsburgh for nationals and for YCSs pretty often. At least back in the day they did. I don't know if they still do because I don't follow. But like back in the day, Pittsburgh was a place that nationals and like YCSs would be kind of commonly. In fact, and I told this story, so I'm sorry if I'm rehashing this for people who either A, listened to the podcast, or B, was watching the live stream Saturday or Sunday. When I won YCS Atlanta in 2010, I won a free trip to nationals. That is part of the prize of winning a YCS, is you get a paid everything, flight, hotel, all this other shit to nationals, right? Unfortunately, 2011 nationals happened to be in Pittsburgh. I live in Philadelphia, which is the same state as Pittsburgh. It's in the same state. So everybody in Philadelphia is going to drive down to nationals, and it's all my friends. It's like everybody who I travel with is driving down the nationals, and they're going to have a road trip, and it's going to be awesome, right? So I messaged Konami and I was like, hey, I am actually interested in maybe having my nationals trip, instead of like you guys paying for nationals, can you pay for like a YCS on the West Coast, like California or something? Because that costs way more money for me to go to. And Pittsburgh is like, I'll pay like $50 in gas for the whole trip. And that's basically, and I'll have a great time with my friends. And they're all getting hotels, and like there's multiple cars driving down, and it's going to be a great time, and it's only a 5-hour drive anyway. The flight is like 40 minutes from Philadelphia to Pittsburgh. So I email Konami, I say all of this in a very like respectful, normal human being way. And obviously, needless to say, Konami being insufferable is like, no, we cannot accommodate you. We're booking you a 40-minute flight to Pittsburgh that is like $120. And I was like, just, I like that company has been shit for so long. Like, I don't even, so yeah. Just like the bare minimum, right? Like you just ask them for like the most reasonable bare minimum thing. And they're just like, no. What deck is this man playing, by the way? Like Emissary of the Afterlife, which I have not seen this card played in Edison ever. So that's kind of cool. And Common Charity, which also, outside of that Cosmo Queen deck, I've never seen that played. But yeah, like I had a good time in Pittsburgh just because of the people and because of my friends and stuff like that. Like seeing everybody, and like pretty much every Yu-Gi-Oh event is the same to some degree, but then some Yu-Gi-Oh events are better because of the food and stuff like that. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh does not have any food that I've had so far in my like 20 years of playing this game that has made me want to, you know, be happy about it. Yeah, the problem with Philadelphia compared to Pittsburgh is that Philly is very expensive to host an event. So it's not as simple as like, oh, don't do Pittsburgh, do Philadelphia. Like if people could do Philadelphia, they would do Philadelphia. It's just that it's so expensive to do Philadelphia, which is why you notice we don't really get YCSs anymore. Like it's very rare for a Philly to get a YCS these days because it's just so expensive. There was a long period from 2015 when Chris LeBlanc won with Madolches all the way to like 2023 when Dennis won with Kashtira, right? Like that's that like 8-year stretch of no YCS Philly. That's because of just how fucking expensive it is to go to Philadelphia and host an event of that magnitude where you're going to have thousands of people. Pittsburgh is way cheaper. Like for reference, we were in the convention center, the same convention center that Konami hosts nationals in. We were in that convention center for the Retro Reborn circuit, which is crazy, right? Because like you think about Konami's budget and you think about like a third party, you know, startup like grassroots scene doing the same place as like Konami. It's kind of absurd, but that's how cheap it is. Like it's so cheap that like I could book it. Like I could book, you know, IMNerd circuit Pittsburgh if I wanted to. Are RBTs dead in America? I have no idea. You would have to ask Keegan, the owner of the RBT brand, but I have no idea if RBTs are dead in America. That is a question for him and his server. I saw that they did an event in Paris last week. It was like over 300 people, so there's that. But like there was also Genesis this year earlier, but I don't know about the future of like RBETs in America or anything like that. I am not privy. But yeah. So that was the I'm glad that, you know, I was asked how the food was, because that just triggered me to talk about that entire thing. Also, Brandon Black Sanji, like you did great as well. This is your second top in a row, I think. You topped San Jose, and then you topped the Pittsburgh tournament, the Retro Reborn Pittsburgh, which was the biggest Retro Reborn event, 250 people, which was really nice to see. The events are growing. I also really like the mats from this last one. Like the mats are the fucking GGP, or not GGP, but the, was it a GGP mat? The goat mat. The goat's mat was so cool to me. Like the Cypher Soldier shooting, and then he has like on his gun, it says plus 2000 on it. Like that shit looks so cool. Someone posted a picture of it today. I'm just trying to figure out, where did I see that picture? There was a picture of the, I think there was a picture of the Cypher Soldier mat. Somewhere I saw it, and I was like, I mean, I saw it physically too, but I wanted to pull it up on stream. But I don't remember where I saw it. It could be anywhere. Like it could be at any one of these servers. that I frequent. I'm going to check this last one to see. Maybe it was in here. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, but the mats looked really, really good. Yeah, I'll be at Houston. Oh, I need to see, when did I start this tournament and then set the timer. 7:36. 30 minutes, so they have 20 minutes left. Where is... You're gonna try to bring a Retro Reborn to Long Island? I don't think I've ever been. Where was the RBT in New York? What part of New York was that in 2024? Or yeah, 2024. What part of New York was that? Oh, that was Long Island? Okay. No. Rich, please no. Yeah, please no. If the RBET New York was in Long Island, like, absolutely not. Like, can we not do that again? We need a much better venue. The venue was just really bad for that event. Like, I think everyone would agree that the venue was just bad. Like, it first of all, it was in the middle of summer, and it was hot as fuck, and there was no air conditioning, and it was cramped. It was just not good. Like, that was just not good. If we can get like any other venue, then maybe. But like, my one experience with a Long Island tournament was like that, and that shit was not it. Yeah, the finals in a construction site, like, yeah, no. You were walking around pulling croissants out of your pocket, offering them to duelists. Why don't you have croissants in your pocket? LDS and Edison. Yeah, we do need more East Coast events. I really like East Coast events because I don't have to travel as far to get to them. Granted, I'm just traveling to commentate, but still. I will go back to Syracuse. Yeah, I will go back to Syracuse. I remember ARG in Syracuse. I got second place at that one, so I have fond memories of Syracuse. Somewhat, because like the finals did end in a Genlock game 5, so that's kind of like sour. Like, it just ends in like, oh, I can't play. But still. That's where me and Evo are from. We could talk to Nico. Why does Virginia never get tournaments? I mean, Virginia gets... Is that true? I feel like I've been to Virginia multiple times in the last, like, couple years. I mean, there was a YCS in Virginia. Or, yeah, there was a YCS Virginia. And there was an Ultimate Time, was it, right? Or am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I feel like I was in Virginia in the last 5 years. I just don't remember for what. Oh yeah, Richmond. 2023 Richmond. Yeah, I was in Virginia. I was like, am I crazy? I topped that event. No, that's the one that Sizzle wasn't even there. God, that's the one that Ernie won that. Ernie won Richmond 2023. I had to think about it. I was like, I feel like I've been to Virginia recently, like in the last couple years. Virginia is where I got my Max Rarity Hero Frog deck at. That was the first event I got to actually use it. I actually like Virginia because the food in Virginia is amazing. Like, one thing we're not about to do is lie. Virginia's food is fucking crack. Like, the area where the convention center was for the Ultimate Time Wizard, everything in that area was like insane. Like, I went to some soul foods place that was like down the street. There was like 2 different places like in walking distance of the Virginia Convention Center or whatever, and the food was slamming. Like, yeah, Side Chick was really, really good. There's another place, I don't remember the name of it at all, but there's like a soul food spot down the street, and when I tell you that that shit was crack, yeah, Virginia's food is nice, or like Richmond's food was nice specifically, because saying Virginia is like saying Pennsylvania, and we know that's not true because Pittsburgh doesn't have good food. So I'll say Richmond's food was good. I mean, I've never heard of like Pittsburgh has been a place for Yu-Gi-Oh for, like I said, as long as I can remember. 2011 Nationals, there's been YCSs there. Nationals was there in 2019 as well, I think, or like 2018 or something. Or no, whatever year Pokemon Go was like really popular, I feel like Nationals was there. So like 2015 or 16, I forget. It's never been known to be like a great place for food and stuff. Like, that's never been a thing. This is Swiss. This is Swiss. 4 rounds. It's capped at 4 rounds. All right. This is not my tournament, right? This is definitely not mine. Okay. That was Vincent Zen. Vincent got his top this past weekend in Pittsburgh with Dream Frogs. That bracket was so scuffed because he got paired against Twilight. I feel like a lot of things went wrong. The two GB players got paired against each other. The Dream Frog player got paired against fucking Lightsworn. And the Hero Frog player got paired against zombies. So it was a perfect storm for then all the bird decks. All the bird decks like didn't play against any other matchup besides birds, basically. So my goddamn throat is so like messed up from being sick last week, and I think from just talking so much. Who are we waiting on? Oh, IKO was actually in the tournament. I didn't notice that. Hold on. Yeah, they play Lightsworn top 16. He opened charge, recharge, set beckoning with Garoth. Wolf and Lumina and drew one off Garoth. I got fried. Yeah, Lightsworn is nobody. That deck is just like who wants to play against that? You know. It looks fun to play, like when it's working, like when Lightsworn works, it looks really fun. But like, not if you're on the receiving end of that shit. Hero Frog misplay game 2 against zombies. Burn Regeki break on a pyramid turn instead of Mirror Force. Unfortunate. I didn't get to see the. I only got to see the top 16 match we feature, which was Bruce Harris versus. I forget who his opponent was. Wasn't it Chris? I think it was Chris. But we watched that match. And it was just like. I don't know. Like Chris just won 2-0. Like I think one of the games was like Whirlwind Sirocco when they both had like almost no cards. Like flip Whirlwind, activate Sirocco or something like that. And those are always like debilitating. Very well. Yeah, being on comms is very fun. You got a $40 cake. Yeah. The Armageddonite cake thing was hilarious to me. I really thought that, like, they got you some crazy elaborate fucking cake. And it was like, no. We got you a sheet cake with Armageddonite printed, like... Which is still very nice, but I don't know why I had this thought in my head. I've been watching too many of those dessert shows where they, like, make an elaborate dessert. And I'm thinking that somebody, like, fucking made you an Armageddonite into a cake. Like, I'm thinking the cake was going to be so elaborate that when you look at it, you're like, is it cake? You know, like one of those is it cake a lot type of shows. But that's just me being ridiculous. What would be the craziest card to make into a cake? In a good way, I think it could be like Substitute or something, because Substitute has like the pink side and everything. Like, I think it would look really cool. But obviously I'm biased. I feel like if I was going to get like a sheet cake, I feel like if I was going to get a sheet cake, like Car D or something, you know, like something actually like in the shape of a sheet cake. What's up, Rich? Pretty much anything would look really cool as a cake, like any Yu-Gi-Oh card, I think. Even if you got like a Millennium Puzzle, right? Like, I think a Millennium Puzzle would look really cool as a cake. Take my riser. Ooh. Hear me out. The puzzle, but not all of it is cake. Certain pieces are real and others are cake. Yeah, see, no, because I don't want to go to jail. We need IKO and hold my feet. Once that is reported, we can start round 2. All right, round 2 is going up. And let me reset the timer on here. All right, who is undefeated? Who won round 1? A DDV cake? Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to eat that either. I feel like when you cut into it, it'd be like green. I don't really like eating green desserts. Like, I'm not really big into matcha. Like, I've eaten like matcha ice cream, but if I could choose, I just would not eat matcha ice cream because like it doesn't taste as good as just any other flavor of ice cream. Like, Gravarose. Botanical Girl. Oh yeah, this is like the this is like an Amaryllis deck, I think, right? During your standby phase, you can send 1 level 3 or lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. I don't eat key lime pie. It's more so that when I look at key lime pie, it's often like against other desserts that just look way better to me that are not the color green. And I don't even know the last time I had a key lime pie and I was like, man, this is really good. But yeah, I pass on key lime pie. It's often up against like cheesecake, some kind of lemon cake or chocolate cake, and like I just choose any of those over key lime pie. To me, though, like the best desserts are hot and cold desserts. Like desserts that are both hot and cold. Those are just insane. Yeah, like any other pie is just better to me. Like apple pie, like blueberry pie, sweet potato pie, obviously, like not even, you know, it's not even close. Like any pie. Yeah, cookie skillets are really good with ice cream. But brownie, like brownie, like a hot brownie with ice cream is better. Molten lava cakes are better. Those are like crack. Also, bread pudding with ice cream, also insane. Like, yeah, it is. It is more like a cheesecake. It just happens to be called pie, so it's naturally going to compete with things that also have the word pie in their name. Yeah, cheesecake is crack. Like there was a period of time, like I want to say like 5 years, where I didn't really eat from the Cheesecake Factory because I used to eat it a lot and then I stopped. And then I started recently eating from the Cheesecake Factory again in the last year, and it's been like really fucking good. Like the food and the cheesecake has been really, really good. The cheesecake especially, but like even the food has been really good. Cheesecake Factory on the 30th is giving a 50% discount on all cheesecake? Really? I think I might take my ass there for a date on the 30th. Hopefully I'm home. What's the 30th? Let me see what the 30th is. What day? It's a Thursday. Oh, that's perfect. That is actually a perfect day for me to go on a date. National Cheesecake Day. Dine in guests. Any slice of cheesecake are 50% off. You can also try their newest flavor, the Brownie Crunch Chocolate Cheesecake, which debuts that day. What the fuck? Oh, this looks crack. What the fuck, chat? Look at this. Brownie Crunch Chocolate Cheesecake. Creamy milk and white chocolate marble cheesecake on a rich, crunchy toffee brownie. For every slice sold through 2027, the Cheesecake Factory will donate 25 cents to Feeding America. Okay. Nice. No, so it's also for a cause. Oh yeah, I'll buy like a couple slices then. Not because I love eating desserts and I would buy them anyway, but strictly because I want to help feed the starving children or something. Yeah, so that looks like an easy date night next week. Let me... So next Thursday, National Cheesecake Day. They have 50% off on cheesecake and releasing a new flavor. Yeah, I'm here for it though. I need that. Yeah, I will be at the Cheesecake Factory on the 30th. There's one pretty close to my house. So that's happening. I haven't been in like over a month, so. And I want to try that new flavor. That new flavor looks really good. Like this, I was just talking about how much I love brownies and stuff. Zaborg? Oh dear. Take my Lila. Amaryllis, when you're at 2100, is actually genuinely scary. Where did I get that kitten Gucci jacket? Been meaning to ask. Japan. There's a place in Japan called Renkan, Rinkan, and they have a lot of like secondhand designer clothing. I went to the Renkan specifically in Shibuya. It's like a clothing store, has 2 floors. It was on the 2nd floor. I just found it randomly. The guy was just moving the racks, and I looked at it. I was like, oh my god, this is fucking beautiful. And it was like $430 or something, like really cheap. Not to bring it back to dessert. I mean, I love talking about dessert, so. Japan has, if you, like, I don't even really clothes shop here in America anymore because I just wait until I go to Japan every year and just buy clothes then. Like, you might as well just get your clothes. If you're going to go to Japan, you might as well just wait to get clothes, right? Like, that's genuinely how I feel. Like, I didn't even shop anything from the Essence sale, which is not like me. Usually I do buy stuff when Essence goes on sale, but like, I have not been interested. The prices are just too good in Japan, and the clothing is just better. Like, the finds. I feel like Amaryllis is actually going to decide this game, right? There's no way. I don't know how you don't die to. Oh, there's 2 of them now. Jesus. Jesus. In phase, mile 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, everybody who went to Chicago the week before pretty much got sick, and I'm one of those people. It's funny because my co-commentator Jeremy was also one of those people, so we were both like, yo, did you get sick after Chicago? I was like, yes. Like, I'm not currently sick anymore, but my body is purging the fucking mucus that I built up over the last week. So it's just been like a lot of that. Not stuffy for 15 years. I typically am pretty stuffy though, but honestly, my sinuses and everything have improved so much over the last like 5 years or so. Like, I've been able to breathe out my nose pretty consistently, which is not the way it used to be. Yeah, I feel fine. It's just that I have to like clear my throat like every, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes or something, which is just obnoxious. Oh God. He's still inevitably dead though, right? I don't even know what you're talking about. The rings that go over your nose? I want to say no. Like, Queen of Thorns. Yeah, I feel like once you get to a certain point, even in real Edison format, like Amaryllis just kills you. It gets to the point where you can no longer win the game. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I'm not on TikTok. I feel like this is like some TikTok medicine shit, right? Yeah, I've never heard of these magnetic strips. Like, my timeline does not have them at all. Now that I've said it out loud, of course, when I open my phone and I start scrolling any social media, it's just going to show up all of a sudden because that's just the fucking intrusive world that we live in. But, this is given like TikTok, and I don't have TikTok. What's up, Edison Club? I don't have ads on YouTube because I have YouTube Premium. Thank God, because I don't like seeing ads personally. So I just pay for no ads on like everything. Yeah, the year, like, so I think it's important to have no ads, especially during political years, like the presidential years when we're going to change presidents or vote for the president. The ads that year are just always fucking awful, and I can't deal with that. So I was like, you know what? In 2024, I just paid for no ads, and I've just been happy with that decision ever since. Like, being bombarded by political ads is so cringe. Hard pass. Mobius. What the hell is deodorant carpe? Yeah, everything has ads now. It's really obnoxious, but that's just the world these days. Like, you basically are going back to having cable television with commercials because every streaming service is just like ads, 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 ads. And I'm at that point in my life where I just hate ads, so I'm willing to pay for my time to reclaim my time so I don't have to watch ads. And YouTube Premium honestly is really nice. I also get to, like, my YouTube keeps playing even when I close my phone and stuff. Which I forgot that wasn't a thing. Like, when you don't have YouTube Premium, apparently, like, if you fucking don't have, like, YouTube open, it, like, doesn't continue playing it. But, like, I'm so used to having Premium, and, you know, I put my phone in my pocket and close it and stuff like that, and it just still keeps playing the video so I can listen to it. Jesus, you are crazy. The YouTube Premium is like $15 a month. He said that's a rich life when YouTube doesn't stop when you put your phone away. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like, it's such a minor inconvenience when YouTube stops when you put your phone away. And I'm willing to pay to get rid of minor inconveniences. Yeah, a lot of stuff that I watch on YouTube, I don't actually watch it with my eyes. I like listen to it, but I just turn the video on. Like if I'm cleaning or if I'm like doing something else, I just have YouTube playing in the background. So it's nice to have like the ability to have my phone turned off, but still hearing the YouTube video. Man's is getting beat down by the most random squad of monsters. Aaron and Botanical Lion. What if Frost and Flame Dragon is this format's dad and nobody's playing it? Yeah, Ty cooked this feature match. It was actually really good. Hero Frogs versus GBs. Yo, he's at 1,000 and Emerald is coming back. There's just no way to win. Like, how do you win? You should play whatever you want to play, Subdue. I cannot make a decision for what you should play. Everyone has their own tastes. I don't use YouTube Music, but I have heard it's pretty good. But I use Apple Music. Gibson needs to start gaining life. Like, we need to summon Thought Ruler Archfiend, Thought Ruler attack Botanical Lion, like, gain something. I guess attack Amaryllis is even better because he will live the attack and then gain 2,200. But the annoying part is that fucking thing keeps coming back. I kind of want to clean the monsters that don't come back. Okay, brain control. We're going to... Oh, I see where this is going. I think Ty is just goated, and he's been putting in the effort that a lot of the other players have not been. So I'm not surprised to see him top with the deck. Birds is one of the best matchups for Hero Frogs. Like, it's the deck that you want to play against the most. Like, every time I've topped with Hero Frogs is because I played against mostly birds. Indianapolis, I played against 4 value in Swiss, 1 value in the finals, Richmond, I played against like 2 Blackwing, 2 Value, 1 Hybrid. Niagara Falls, I played against 4 Value, 1 Blackwing. Like, you want to play against birds with Hero Frogs. You just have to know how to play the deck, which Ty has been really like putting in the work to learn how to do. In general, most people just are not really good at frogs. The deck is very popular now, but people are really bad at it, like playing it. So this is typically why you don't see random people topping with frogs. Like the 2 people who top with frogs, there's only 2 people who top with frogs this weekend. One was Vincent, and one was Ty. Both of those people play in these tournaments basically every single week. Like, they are just students of the game. They put in a lot of work. They study like every video that I put out. They blatantly will tell me. And like, they're 2 IMNerd veterans, and they both are the only 2 people who actually showed up and top with frogs. So I'm not surprised, because they're like huge supporters of this channel, and they like watch everything I put out pertaining to frogs on this channel. And like, obviously I'm one of the best frog players, so they're learning from one of the best people, and it shows. Like, even Vincent and Ty both thanked me. They were like, I've helped a lot in the last like year or so of them just learning the deck. And that's not even to like glaze myself, it's just a fact at this point. Like, if you don't put in the work with that deck, you're just gonna fuck up a lot, because it's very easy to mess up. And misplays in frogs are way more hurtful than misplays in a bird deck. Huh? Oh. Damn, man had 4 back rows and got ran over. Do I think people play better on average in real life or online, or you think it's close? Like, I heard an argument of people thinking online is harder. I don't think that either one of those things is real. I think people just play the way they play always, so it's the same. There's terrible people who play in online tournaments. There's terrible people who play in real life tournaments. That is not... And there's really good people who play in online and really good people who play in real life. It's exactly the same. As somebody who has played and topped in both mediums of Yu-Gi-Oh!, the simulation that is Dueling Book, and also in real life, my opponent, the skill level of my opponents is the same. Like, is this the exact same like spread of people? It's like, this guy is not good, this guy is okay, this guy is really good, and I know who he is. And it's like it's the exact same thing. The only thing that'll change is the name. Because like, online, you're never playing against Dirk Wagner, you're never playing against Sizzle. Like, there's just certain people who do not play online ever. Like Tom Mack, you're never going to play against Tom Mack online. But if you show up in real life, you play against these people who are like really, really good. And then in real life, if you live in America, you're not going to play against like any of the Italians or the Europeans who are really good. So it's the same thing. Like, ooh, water art on a snowman eater at that. Where is the ban list? Let me check something real quick. How many water arts can you play? Is this it? Is it at 1? Oh yeah, water arts at 1. Okay. Yeah, I enjoy. If you ask me what way do I prefer to play Yu-Gi-Oh more, is definitely in real life. Like, I like playing in real life Yu-Gi-Oh more than I like playing online Yu-Gi-Oh, because, and that is mainly because like the number one thing that bothers me about online is that my opponents just communication between us is always pretty bad unless they're like a person that I know. I think online is pretty like not great overall from a competitive standpoint because it's really hard to get opponents who are not fucking bots. Whereas like at least in real life, I can talk to the person in front of me. I can see them. They can't go AFK. Like there's just so much bullshit. Like I can get a judge. If I need a judge, I can get a judge within like 30 seconds. Like DB has no judges. DB has like people who just have no idea how the game works at all. Like not even a little bit. Like the online experience could be so much more enjoyable if DB just implemented a couple changes. But like as it stands right now, like DB is really, really bad for at least like playing ladder. I think playing tournaments on DB is fun because you're just playing against people who are like humans. But like the people who are not in the format library or edisonformat.com who play on DB ladder and they're just like random bots, they are just, I mean, if you got like, if you guys saw the video today, the fucking chaos alien hero beat nonsense, like the people we played in that video are just like not real. Like they're just not real people. Like I don't think they exist. Like you'd never meet those people in real life, like ever. Yeah, the funny, yeah, that guy who like summoned her off in mill 3 and just was like an insufferable human being. I'm like, I can't, like with these people. Like it's just hard for me to take it seriously, you know what I mean? But like in terms of tournament gameplay, when it comes to like competitive Edison tournaments online, competitive Edison tournaments in real life, I feel like the quality of the players, the spread, like it's the same thing to me. This used to be like a really big thing years ago. Like I'm talking like 2023, people used to talk about like, oh, I think this one's harder and I think this one's harder. And the reality is like, you guys are just, everyone wants to be pretentious about one or the other. And I'm like, neither one of you are correct. Trooper on trooper violence. Another dandelion mill. God damn. When I first started playing in real life again, after mainly online, there was an adjustment period. I just like shuffling and holding physical cards too, like, especially because my deck is like max rarity, so there's also that element of like, you paid for the cards in real life, and if you have nice cards, you do want to actually use them. I don't get to use my nice cards very often because I don't play in real life very often anymore. But when I did get to play in real life very often, I liked looking at Ulti Miracle Fusion and Ulti Caius's and Ulti Stratos and Ulti Swap Frog and
you know, super dupes, Rageki breaks, like first edition heavy storm and all that shit. Like, it's just really nice looking at those cards. Like, you spread your graveyard, it's like everything in the graveyard is ulti. Like Swap Frog, Caius, Treeborn Frog, all of it is ulti. It's like so nice. Like, nothing compares to that. Like, online will never be able to compare to that aspect. Yo, daddy, chill. He has no fucking chill with these Amarilli. Bro is just summoning multiple Amarilli and going in against every opponent. It's funny because I banned Lonefire and banned Titanio from this format. And Baku Brody is just a really smart deck builder, and he found a way to still play Amaryllis, which is kind of cool. It looks like the deck is pretty good too. Now, remember that week when Ronak terrorized the local, like he won with fucking Yamada Dragon spam dot deck? Like, y'all remember that? It was like week 1. And we have not seen Ronak since. Like, he just terrorized the fucking local that 1 week and just disappeared. And resolving Yamada Dragon like 3 or 4 times against everybody. It was glorious. It was glorious. Yeah, it's really, if he's in Europe right now, it's a really bad time of day. It's also his birthday. Happy birthday to Rodnak, the progenitor of frogs in Edison format. That's my inspiration in 2022 to get into frogs. So without him, I don't know if I would have eventually found like the frog archetype to be so fun. So one of the things I always think about Amaryllis, this is back when I used to play Amaryllis for a while, 2024 time, and Amaryllis attacking you is attacking you for 3,000. Like, it's such a crazy thing because you look at the printed attack of it, you're like, oh, it's 22, like it's not that good of a stat line, right? But when you consider that that fucker attacks and he deals essentially 3,000 damage, that is way more scary. Like, think about the Amaryllis is a blue eyes white dragon in disguise. Like, make no mistake, it is a blue eyes white dragon in disguise. It's also banned in modern Yu-Gi-Oh. I actually want to check, like, when did it get banned? Like, it's still banned. Holy shit. It got banned in 2018, and it's been, well, this doesn't go all the way over, but it got banned in 2018. So it got banned 8 years after Edison. See, I wasn't playing the game in 2018. I quit in 2017. Oh my god, not a third one?
Bruh. Another one.
Yeah, that shit is oppressive. So there was an FTK. I need to look this up. Like, I need to see. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can find Amaryllis, like FTK, I guess. Because I've only heard about this. All right, chat. Oh, I found. Okay, I found multiple videos, I guess. All right, which one should I watch? Phoenician Cluster FTK Combo V2. All right, let's look at this together as a class. Ah, curious. Oh god. And you only have to do this 10 times. And this guy, every time a monster is summoned to a zone he points to, it just destroys it, so... Wow. And how many cards did he start with? He started with, like, no cards, right? Like, he started with, like... He started with 2 Predaplant guys. And one of them got pitched. And that was that, like, you're dead. Like, nothing, like, you are just simply dead.
Why is this Yu-Gi-Oh card banned? For 88, Phoenician Cluster Amaryllis. Amaryllis is a level 8 plant that can only be summoned by its own effect. If it's destroyed, it burns the opponent for 800. During the end phase, it can banish a plant from grave to reborn itself. None of these are once per turn. So why did it get banned? FTKs, yeah! Amaryllis still played back in 2010 in plant decks as a recursive big body, but wouldn't see much success during its time. That is until an FTK was found using Topologic Bomber Dragon in 2017. Basically, all you had to do was get Amaryllis plus 10 plants in grave and then pass. Amaryllis would banish a plant, reborn itself, get destroyed by Bomber Dragon, then burn for 800. The process would repeat 10 times until the opponent lost. Now, this combo was never actually legal in the TCG due to the strange release schedule around this time.
Okay, so they prevented it from happening is what it sounds like to me. Nice. Yeah, I was out of Yu-Gi-Oh for 1 year by the time that shit... I mean, by the time it got banned, because it never, apparently it never happened in, like, actuality. It was just something that they prevented before it happened. I wish they would do more of that. Like, can we prevent more nonsense gameplay before it happens? Like, why are some of the barrier statues not banned yet? Like, when they banned the first barrier statue, which I believe was the wind one because of Flunderies, they should have just banned every single one. Like, why the fuck are you waiting to ban the rest of the statues? You're gonna wait until they also do the exact same thing? Like, it's so dumb. Not to Amarilli. No, I was not depressed when I quit Yu-Gi-Oh. I was actually very happy when I quit Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh had become so toxic in 2017 with like Zodiac format and stuff. I was like, thank God that's over and done with. Yeah, no. Power creep is just not fun. Like, after a point. Like, there's a point where it's like, okay, I can accept this, but after a while, you just get tired of it. Lila on Lila Violence, but these guys are 3,000 each. Like, bro is about to die. You're just like, if there's no fader or something, like, you're just cooked. Okay. Whew. That was scary. J-Man. Cook that fraud. Maybe people need to start signing Prime Material Dragon. I also think Prime Material Dragon is pretty good in this format anyway. Oh no. Oh, he's dead. Like, not literally, but like if he summons any monster, it's 3,024, that's 54, so he's 100 off right now. Oh, okay. I guess he's like, I know I'm going to die, which is also true. Even if you don't die this turn, you'll die from Amaryllis coming back. So it's all the same. I feel like a lot of cards that got banned can be kind of summed up with, oh, Curious. Yeah, Curious is nonsense. That card's just too broken. You just can't have like generic extra deck monsters that do stuff like that. Like King of the Feral Imps and Geargagon X and Brawl Bull. Like just fucking generic ass things that do too much. When is Konami finally going to say enough with the Sky Striker shit? It's been 8 years. It's been like 8 years straight. Like, when are they finally going to say, okay, enough? There was a time where they said enough. Like, there was a time where they hit that deck really hard, and it was basically, like, not real. And then they just slowly increased the cards over time, and now they just have, like, 3 of all their cards again. I feel like every 6 months or something, I just see like Sky Striker won or got like second place, or like, it's just like, what are we doing? Yeah, I saw that Ryan won that. That's what I'm talking about, obviously. Like, yeah, I just don't get it. Like, why does that deck get to not be affected by the ban list for 8 years? Like, just put it in the ground. Like, there's no deck that I can think of that has just like an 8-year spread of being relevant, which is fucking crazy. Like, it's funny, Konami drops all these archetypes every year, like several archetypes, and then like Sky Striker, they just have a hard on for that deck, and they refuse to like just put it in the ground like every other deck in the history of the game. It's like, clearly this archetype is fundamentally flawed in some great way that it can survive power creep for 8 years, or rather it plays into the power creep really, really well, because a lot of the cards that come out over the years that are spells, it just benefits from. It's basically the same reason why you would ban a generic extra deck monster is why you need to ban Sky Strikers. Like, every generic spell card that ever gets printed is a benefit to Sky Striker, right? Just the way the deck functions. So if you're saying like, oh, I need to ban this extra deck monster because it's generic and it searches this and it does all of that, it's the exact same thing for Sky Striker. Like, it's a deck that thrives off of generic spell cards that are really good in the format at the time, no matter what year we're in. The deck will always be good because it can just play, like, whatever the spells are that are strong, and then it has fundamental Yu-Gi-Oh! Pluses and just broken cards. Oh, they're going into time. How is that game won? Is this tournament? Or did I not restart my thing? Hold on, let me check. Maybe I didn't restart. Oh, there's 31 minutes left. That's on me. Okay. Where is my countdown? Oh god. Engage is just so good. Basically, they made the Sky Striker Ace 0, and that card became a tool that cleaned up how they play into other decks. Yeah, like, it's all bad. Like, the whole deck is an issue. It's not just one thing. Like, the whole thing is an issue. It's been 8 years. Like, it's not just one thing that's causing the problem. Like, the way that entire archetype is designed fundamentally is wrong. It was the best deck at a point. And I feel like any deck that was ever the best deck and has won multiple tournaments, like, obviously that deck gets banned at some point and, like, the game goes on, right? But, like, this deck, for whatever reason, just, like, is allowed to just stay a tournament winning deck for 8 years, which is diabolical. At the same time, this is the company that has not been able to design a good card game for several years now. Like, Konami just really sucks at, like, designing a cohesive and well-adjusted card game. They haven't been good at it forever, so I don't expect much from them. But, like, it's just like, what are you doing? How would you fix the first turn advantage in Modern? I don't play Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That game is too far gone. Like, Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a meme. It's way too far gone. Like, the game needs a complete overhaul. It's not even like you can't fix the first turn if you keep printing cards that do everything on turn 1, right? You can't, like, there's no way to fundamentally fix that. You have to literally overhaul the entire game in order to fix the turn 1 problem. It's always going to be like this. I saw that they were printing like a new Trishula, and the new Trishula, I read it and I was like, this, like, what the fuck? It's just ridiculous. Also, I was reading, I think me and Stengo, because Stengo, like, he knows about all the modern cards. I was reading some of those new, like, Dark Magician of Chaos cards, like the new Ritual, Dark Magician of Chaos bullshit. And, like, when I tell you that those cards are outrageous, like, they are outrageous. You got smacked by X-Sabers? Nice. Yeah, maybe it's a deck that you could try out. I mean, I made X-Sabers somewhat playable in Jank. Like because I was gonna buy one of the full art DMOC cards, like the Magician of Black Chaos thing or whatever. I was gonna buy one of them just because I really like the way it looks. And then I read the effect, because I thought it was going to be a card that was like kind of unplayable, but it just looked really cool. And then I read it, I was like, wait a second, this card is fucking ridiculous. Like, what the hell? Like, this card is ridiculous. like it wasn't even remotely fair. Like, none of the cards in that archetype are remotely fair. I couldn't believe it. Like, it's so broken. I remember when we read the what are the cards that are based on MST? Radiant Typhoon. I remember reading the Radiant Typhoon cards on stream for the first time, and I just cannot believe how absurd those cards were. Like, activate a quick play, summon this guy that's like 3,000 attack for free, and then he like spins cards back or something like that, or deals with multiple cards on the field, and then he comes back when you play MST. Like, what the hell? Like, the cards are just so crazy. Like, every year it's like, oh man, I can't believe it could possibly get faster and more crazy. And then you read the cards and you're like, wow, they found a way to make it more ridiculous. Ooh, a timely Gramble. On battle phase. Okay. Yep. That'll do it. That's a big F you to Gramble right there. Ah, my music stopped. Good thing Edison exists. I wouldn't play Yu-Gi-Oh at all if it didn't. The best part is how big Edison is getting too. Yeah, Edison is literally, like I said, to me, Edison is the melee, like the Super Smash Bros. Melee of Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like the format that is very popular. It's 16 years old, which is crazy to think. It's like Edison is 16 years old. But it's a 16-year-old format, and it's very beloved, and it's growing. And like, I watch a lot of Smash tournaments. I mainly watch for Smash Ultimate, but a lot of Smash Ultimate tournaments also have Smash Melee as a tournament, and those tournaments get like hundreds, if not thousands, of people for a 25-year-old game. Like, the game came out 25 years ago, and people still play it. And like, so one of the things that a lot of people are like, oh, this tournament has so many bird decks in Top Cut, and I'm like, yes. And there are tournaments where the top cut is just like 8 different decks. There's tournaments where you get like 1 value deck in Top Cut and stuff like that. And I guess people just like ignore those ones. But also, what I was thinking about when comparing it to Melee is like, so at the end of the day, to me, Edison is still, and probably will always be, a bird and frog format predominantly, right? And I look at Melee and it's like, when I watch the gameplay has changed in the way they play the game. Like, they've gotten better at certain techniques and they've uncovered certain things, but they're still playing like Fox and Marth a lot.
And like the main characters that people play in Melee, like that the top players play, Falco, Fox, you know, Captain Falcon, Jigglypuff, Marth, Sheik, is like the same like 10 characters really. And when I look at Edison, and you, like obviously Fox and Marth are like the upper echelon, right? They're like the best two. That's your birds and your frogs. But then you have your Lightsworn, your GVs, you know, your Machina, your Diva Hero, your whatever other decks that are also like rounding out this top 10 of decks that can do well. Rarely they can win. Like we had a Yoshi win a major a couple years ago for the first time ever in Melee's history of 25 years. And it's like, that's so cool to see. But like, then we just go right back to like birds and frogs, which is for me, like I understand that because I've watched so much Smash in my life. And like, I see that like, that is just the way these things are. Like same thing with Melee. Like I would not go to a Melee stream or go to a Melee tournament and not expect to see Fox and Marth be played a lot. That would make me ridiculous. Morphing Jar number 2. Yeah, Morphing Jar number 2 is toxic as hell. Technically, I can see every deck that was played. The problem is I can't see it in like a useful way where it's like a pie chart that tells me out of 250 players, there were 50 Blackwings and 43 Vayu and 40 Hero Frog. Like I don't have that. I would have to go through each individual player and look at their deck list individually, and it's just like I'm not doing that 250 times. Also, the main reason why I cannot do that is because the format is so bad on Top Deck GG for the way it just puts the decks in alphabetical order. It does not even do monster, spell, and trap. It just has a list of all the cards in alphabetical order. It is so unpleasant to look at when I'm trying to figure out like what deck is this person playing, because one of the most annoying things is that a lot of people play like Blackwing cards, right? So when you look at a deck list, you'll be like, oh, it's Blackwings, but then you'll stare at it a little longer and be like, oh wait, it's actually Vayu. And then you're like, wait, it's actually Nitro Vayu. So that it's really annoying. Like I think the formatting in Top Deck GG needs to be better for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I don't know what other games they are hosting on there or that are used, but like the way they present decks for Yu-Gi-Oh! Purposes is not intuitive at all. All right, this is the last round. We're gonna put that timer. Oh. Oh God. right, so it looks like we're watching the story of Baku Brody, Anthony Phillips, who we know got second place at Maryland this year. A really good player. He's playing Twilight, I believe, this past weekend, or some kind of Lightsworn variant at Pittsburgh, just to try out something different. Yeah, it's really funny how different, like, people can have a very different tournament. Like, you're playing in the same tournament, but then your bracket is so vastly different. For example, my friend Adam Ginsberg, who went to Maryland, he played against 8 different decks in Swiss. But then, like, I talked to several other people, and they're like, I played against like 4 Blackwing, like 3 Vayu, and like 1 Frog or something. Or like, I played against 3 Lightsworn and 1 Gadget player, and then like 2 Diva Hero and a Gigavice. And it's like, okay, like, there's like very, very, very different tournaments, which means that like the format is still diverse, but like the decks that do well are the same decks that typically do well. People show up and they play like all types of decks. Like I think Gary told me he lost to like some kind of Machina deck, but no Machina topped. And then somebody else told me they lost to, they said it on stream, I forget who it was. Was it Sasha? Somebody lost to like, I think it was Sasha. He said he like lost to the Machina quick draw hero deck, but like it didn't top. Like he played against it. So it's like, you could look at a top 16 and be like, oh, this tournament, it was like all birds and frogs, or all birds for that one, really. But then there were just a lot of different decks that people played against during the actual Swiss rounds. Which is like every Yu-Gi-Oh tournament ever. Like Redo, like the top 8 for Redo was like 3 Gear Gia, the same exact kind of Gear Gia too, the Marcus Hayden, like Machina Gear Karakuri. It was 3 of that. I think 2 windups, and then like 1 of the other decks. So like 1 Chainburn, 1 Inzector, and I forget what the last one was, but like 1 of something else. Oh, that TG stun deck, right? So it's like 2 windup, 3. So like windup and Gear Gia are like your birds and frogs, right? Like Gear Gia is like your value deck. Windup is like your frog deck. And then you have like a smattering of other decks. So the top 8 is like, oh, predominantly like birds and frogs, and then you have like 3 random decks. You played against 8 different decks in Swiss, went 5-3. At Pittsburgh? Yeah, see, you had the experience that Adam had in Maryland, like playing against 8 different decks. But then there's people who played against like 3 different decks in 8 rounds. The weirdest bracket I've ever had in my entire life was YCS Houston 2025. I played against 5 frogs and 3 GBs. That was my 8 rounds of Swiss. I've never had a tournament in my life like that. 5 frogs and 3 GBs. That was my tournament. It was very weird. You know, the number of times I've seen Dandelion get milled by Baku Brody, his deck is really good. Amaryllis. With no Lone Fire, no Titanial. I don't even know if we've seen Miracle Fertilizer. I don't think it plays Miracle Fertilizer. That's so awkward. Because he milled Dandelion, he cannot take the Gores, which is actually a bad thing. He also can't bring like Amaryllis. So this is a weird instance of like Lila milling Dandy being really bad. It's like you'd obviously want the Gores. The hell is this? Imagine losing because you didn't have space to take your opponent's Gores. I shouldn't say that because, like, it actually... I guess it can't really happen to frogs. You should always make space for Swap Frog. But a lot of times you have to choose if you want to be able to take their monster or main phase 2 dupe block. And also present game on board. It's like that decision tree of like, okay, I can leave Toad on the field and I can put enough for a game, but if you drop Gores, I can't take it. But then I'll be able to main phase 2, like dupe, flip flop or whatever. Or I can like bounce up Toad to my hand and leave a space open so if you drop Gores, I steal it, but then my field is like random ass monsters. The hell was that? Oh, he admitted defeat. Okay. The sound came in way before the actual visual. All right, let's see. Kotodama Phoenician Cluster OTK. Is not the FTK? I want to see like the FTK that December 2017 Amaryllis FTK OTK deck. Oh, is this? Okay. This is like V1. Oh, Invoker. That guy also is ridiculous. I like this music. This still isn't it, it's just how many FTKs in it, but that's so bad. The fact that this is like variation 5 and they all just kill you on turn 1. Oh, Gigaplant. You mean to tell me Gigaplant has been a problem this long, huh? Yep, Beatrice, another problematic card. Yep, you just do this 10 times. Alright,
I follow. Ridiculous. That's all I got for that one. What do I think about webcam duels? So I heard there's a lot of cheating when it comes to the webcam duels. I do not personally play webcam duels, so I don't know what the experience feels like. But my initial thought is that I just don't like it. I don't like playing. I don't like not being able to cut my opponent's deck. I also don't like this whole, like, you can't record, but, like, people be savagely cheating, so if I record it, I get banned. Like, what the fuck? Like, if I send you guys footage, like, this guy cheated, like, and here's the evidence, and they're like, well, you get banned because you recorded the duel. It's like, what? I don't know. I think the whole thing is stupid. I never liked remote duels. I understand why they existed because of the pandemic, but, like, I don't. The idea of remote duels never really sat well with me. A lot of people printed cards they didn't have for remote duels, so they were just like playing proxies. I don't really care about that part. Like that, like the proxy thing is whatever. The problem I have with it is that, like, can you tell that card is your proxy of Ash Blossom when you're shuffling your deck or whatever? Do you know that it's your next draw because of how thick it is, or how, you know, like things that I don't want to pay attention to while I'm dueling on a webcam? Like, I just imagine that the cheating has to be rampant on webcam duels. Like, there's so much room for manipulation in that shit. I just can't be bothered with that. Like, I'm sorry. I cannot be bothered. I've already heard horror stories, and I've never played in a remote duel anything in my life. Nor do I don't even want to. Like, I have no desire to do a webcam duel. At least with Dueling Book, right? There is a log that you cannot control as the player. Like, the player cannot control the log. So, with that being said, there is a source of truth on Dueling Book at the end of the day. And for as bad as Dueling Book is for other things, I like that source of truth, where you can see how much time it took between a thing to happen. Like, okay, this happened at this time, this happened at this time. You know, you can just read the log and tell what happened, right? But, like, Konami doesn't even want you recording at all your webcam duel, your remote duel. So when something goes wrong, when you get cheated or when anything goes wrong, it's just automatically terrible because there's no record of what happened. And there's also no one sitting next to you guys who could even, like, chime in and be like, yo, this is, like, I was watching. Like, I saw it. You know? Like, if somebody just drew 3 cards at a YCS, it's like that, you know, that's an extreme example, but, like, obviously if they're spectators, they're like, well, that guy fucking drew 3 cards. Like, I saw it. Like... Yeah, I think that, I mean, we don't have to follow Konami's guides, right? We can do whatever we wanted. So if people wanted to play Edison remote duels, they could, and we don't have to. Konami doesn't even support Edison. So, like, why would we be bound to their rule book, right? Like, Konami doesn't allow you to record remote duels, but if I played in a remote duel, I'm recording. I actually said that when it was the pandemic, and, like, I wasn't even playing Yu-Gi-Oh at the time. I wasn't even playing Yu-Gi-Oh at the time during the pandemic, the first, like, 2 years of it. And I remember saying that if I played in a remote duel, I would still record. Like, there's no way. Like, first of all, I already record content naturally. You would never know that I'm recording it, but I'm recording it. Like, there's no shot somebody's going to be able to, like, savagely cheat me in some crazy way, and I just don't have it on camera. Like, I'll be banned. It's okay. Like, I will be banned, but that person will also be banned, and that person will also be ostracized, which to me is far more important than me getting to play Yu-Gi-Oh at a Konami event. Like, there's no shot I'm not recording every single duel. Like, every duel is on camera. Like, my whole tournament run is on camera. I'm not respecting that rule at all.
Yeah, like we'll just both go down. It's fine. Like there's no shot you play remote duels and you just don't record it. Like I'm opening up OBS the start of round 1 and clicking start recording, and then we're going to play this entire tournament on camera. Like I'm sure that multiple people obviously do record. You know, you just don't know it. But like I would absolutely record just in case somebody does try some sneaky shit and I'm like, yo, I'm making a whole video. Like if somebody did some sneaky shit to me, like I'm making a whole video of it. Like we're going down with the ship. Yeah, like I'm all for mutual destruction when it comes to shit like that. Like if you're gonna cheat, which a lot of people do, like I heard people doing all kinds of wild shit where they have cards like under their desk and they're like, it's just like a lot of cheating shit. There's like camera tricks, there's like people have like looping scenes and stuff that they have playing, so like what you think you're seeing is not actually real time, like all kinds of computer tricks and stuff like that, and just like camera tricks. I don't have time for that. I just don't have time for that. I just want to play the game. I know Oscar Zelaya recorded his local using the meta glasses and he uploaded it to YouTube. I watched like a couple minutes of the video, but just like he said in the video, the recording is way too disorienting. It's too much like, you know, he's moving around, right? So like the video recording is all over the place. It's like looking all, you know, all these different directions, and it's like very shaky. If I play Redo, I would play Yugioh. I've been very vocal about that. I think that Yugioh is just the best deck in that format, just because that format is a floodgate format, like heavy floodgate format, and Yugioh doesn't get floodgated. Very simple. I also don't think it's a hot take. Like the best player in that format, Marcus Hayden, like that's the deck he plays. He was like 18-0 before this weekend, and the way he lost was his opponent opened Magician Shark Factory going first, and then game 3 also opened like Factory thing next turn, do the same thing. Like I'm just playing that, like if I played that format, which means I'm not playing that format because I never liked Yugioh in the game's history. So that's even more of a reason for me to not play Redo, because I don't like the idea of playing Yugioh. Oh yeah, game 3 was heavy Dark Hole Shark, Magician Shark or some shit, yeah. Like the same thing. The point is that games 1 and 3 were non-games. They were not even like, they were not close at all. The only reason game 1 even went as long as it did, because Corey said he misplayed, which we could kind of see. Corey messed up game 1, but he still just like, kind of like zero diffed. Like he went first, and he just went Factory, Magician Shark, kill you. Like the game was not very interactive, even though it might appear to be, but like, how do you play after that when your opponent goes Shockmaster, call this? I have a bunch of other guys on the field. You need to kill all of them. I have a back row. Yeah, no. Like hard pass. And then game 2 was goes a match. Like Marcus slipped goes a match and it never got out of it, and then he won. And then game 3 was I go first again with windups and I do the stupid combo thing and then I win. And that was the entire like, that was the entire match. Like that was the match. And that's like a common occurrence. Like it's not like a oh, we just watched Gigavice, right? Which, you know, can do that type of thing, but not consistently at all. Windups is so consistent. The format is originally named the Windup format, to be clear. Like that is the name of the format before it got renamed to Redo. Like I'm fine with people, you know, playing it and enjoying it. Like if that's the format you like, then by all means play it. Like I always say that. If you like goats or windups or Yugioh or Hat or whatever, like if those are your formats, you like playing Fire Water, play Fire Water. Like, don't let my opinion of a format stop you from playing the format. Like, I am one guy who plays Edison, and that's the format that I prefer. But just the same way I prefer to eat pork, and some of my friends are like, I do not eat pork. Like, okay, cool. I don't care. Like, what you eat doesn't make me shit. Yeah, I do think Edison is the most balanced. I think that's why Edison is the way it is when it comes to popularity and just like its longevity. When you look at Edison decks that are at the top, they are not, like, first of all, they don't consistently just blow each other out, which is like, I personally find that to be very annoying. Like, the constant, like, every game is a blowout thing is so cringe to me. And that is like the gameplay of redo format, which I cannot stomach for long. Like, I can only handle that in spurts. Like, I could not imagine playing an entire year of that, where like I'm frantic that my opponent won the die roll every single time, because I know that every deck that they could possibly be playing turn one can do something like nonsensical and not inconsistently. Like, they consistently like summon Shien, set a bunch of back row, Magician shark you, or set up a rabbit plus factory, which is the same as Magician sharking you. What we saw Michael DeSantis do, turn one, like summon Inzektor, start searching a bunch of cards that on the following turn, if you don't deal with this field, you lose. Chaos Dragons, a one-time mill of light in the dark, the floodgates are open, you're just getting fucking destroyed. Yugioh, I literally just set in armor at any point. Like, the decks are just so snowbally and so powerful and consistent, and it's like, that gameplay is not for me. Like, Edison, because it is pretty inconsistent, like the decks are not, they don't search everything, like there's not as much searching going on in Edison as there is in redo. Like, we just don't have so many in-engine searches. Like, we complain about Black Whirlwind, but like there's a deck that has 3 of them in redo, right? And it works on both players' turns, and they like made a card like Wind Up Rabbit that literally promotes, like, the Wind Up Rabbit literally is made to work on both players' turns, so you get searches on both players' turns. Like, imagine your opponent whirlwinding you on both turns. Like, imagine they go Whirlwind Shura, and then Shura said, like, during your opponent's turn, you can re-summon this card. That'd be crazy, right? That's like Wind-Ups in a nutshell is what's happening. And Yugioh, like, you'll see a Yugioh player kind of down bad, but then they'll stabilize by just setting armor, and the opponent can't get over armor for one turn, and now the game snowballs the other way. It's just not gameplay that I like. I don't think it's good gameplay. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Simo was on the channel. Rest in peace to the great one. He was on a live stream of mine, and I think we made this a separate video, and he asked me, what do you think the turning point was for Yu-Gi-Oh becoming like unplayable, basically? Like, when Yu-Gi-Oh started to really just go in the wrong direction for you. And I said 2012 was the worst year of Yu-Gi-Oh to me. Like, and I'm not joking. I remember living through 2012, and I remember being like, this is the worst series of like those formats of 2012, bro, terrible. Like, throw the whole year away. Like, 2012 Yu-Gi-Oh is so bad. First of all, that's the format with Nationals with hand loop windups winning. That is also like in full power Inzektor, Chaos Dragons, windups at full power, and Macro Rabbit to even be like more annoying, like Macro Rabbit, which is like Floodgate Rabbit deck. Like, I summon Logia and I flip Macro Cosmos. Good game. Vanguard is literally alive because of how bad that year was. Is that true, Ikari? Yeah, I think 2012 is the worst year of Yu-Gi-Oh! For me. Now, I didn't play from mid 2017. So when links come out, I stopped playing. So I'm sure that there's bullshit that happens after 2017 because it's been what, 9 years. But like for my Yu-Gi-Oh career, 2012 was the worst year. Like the design of Logi and Dolka is so bad. Like Logi and Dolka are some of the worst design cards ever. Like we already had Heraclinos in GBs years ago before Logi and Dolka come out. But Heraclinos is like locked to a very specific deck. It's not that easy to summon it either. And like when you summon it, it's not just like GG every time, but Dino Rabbit? Turn 1, summon Heraclinos is fucking crazy. Like, turn 1 summon Heraclinos is crazy. And it's not even just Heraclinos. If you know you're playing against, like, Windups or Insectors, you're like, summon Dolka in defense mode and set Lance, and your opponent can't deal. Yeah, you summon them off a one. It's like turn 1, summon Heraclinos, and set a bunch of broken traps behind it. Yeah, after 2012, in my opinion, is where I started to have fun with Yu-Gi-Oh again. Like, as crazy as it is, but like I really enjoyed Dragon Ruler format and all the formats that followed that. Would I go back and play them? No. I would not go back and play like Dragon Ruler Full Power Nationals 2013 format. I don't want to play that format. But at the time, because of how bad 2012 was, that format was very welcomed. I personally don't hate hat format. I've been vocal about this too in the last couple of months, but like, I think that Soul Charge is obviously like ridiculous as a card, but it is very, very fun, and you cannot actually kill your opponent most of the time when you play Soul Charge. The only deck that really kills your opponent when it Soul Charges is like Infernity, right? But like the other decks, they Soul Charge and then they pass, and then like you can do it back. Like, it's very back and forth in that way. And also, like, the best deck in that format isn't even a combo-y deck. Like, the best decks are, like, weirdly Girgia and, like, Hat. Or, like, Cat or whatever. Like, Car-Car-D and, like, variants of Hat are, like, still the best performing decks in the format. So, trap decks, right? Like, decks that actually are trying to duel are genuinely still the best decks in Hat format. And I think it's fine. Like, I actually think... like Soul Charge in the context of Hat is actually fine and also very fun. Like, it's gameplay that I don't mind watching. Because I know when you Soul Charge your opponent, they're going to get another turn, and that does matter. Yeah, I think that that's the single greatest ban list of all time. The September 2013 ban list, where they banned 15 cards. They limited 15 cards. They semi-limited other cards. I think that is the single greatest ban list of all time in Yu-Gi-Oh! And I think modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs something similar, like a fucking nuke. Like, I'm talking, modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Needs a bigger one. Like, it needs 30 cards banned, 30 cards limited to one, like 40 cards semi-limited or something. Like, it needs a really massive, like, 2013 nuke. And maybe even a Master Rule update to go with it for a little razzle-dazzle. something interesting I was talking about on a car ride to Pittsburgh. I was saying how, what were we talking? We were talking about Konami's version of Edison, right? That they tried to push on us last year. The like advanced Edison, where cards use the erratas and the rules are all like the modern rules. So like Raiko doesn't target. Raiko also doesn't cause things to miss timing. And like Brionic is once per turn, and Goyo Guardian requires Earth Tuners, and like all of that, right? You guys remember all of this. We were talking about that format, and Adam was asking me like, would you play that format? And I was like, I would, as a separate thing. Obviously, like there's Edison, the real format, which is, you know, what we play like at Retro Reborn's LDSs and stuff like that. And then there would be Konami's like bastardized version of Edison that is like advanced Edison. Like I would play that format. I don't know how long I would play it, but I would try it for like a period of time, but not as a replacement for Edison, as like a side format, the same way people are playing this JANK tournament right now. It would be like in that same vein. And we were talking about like what decks we think would be like the best, and I was saying that like birds are very strong, because like Blackwing specifically is like very strong because of Rivalry and Gozen Match. They get to play both of them. Those cards are very powerful. Also like yeah, just imagine flipping like Gozen Match on your Frog opponent and they can't tribute for Caius, or you flip Rivalry and they can't tribute for Caius. Like they go bring back Tribute Frog and you're like, activate Rivalry. The gameplay is immediately worse. Like just immediately the gameplay is awful. But then like if people are playing so much like Blackwing or Bird decks or whatever, then you run into this thing where like other decks are good. Like Machina becomes a lot better at that point. GBs are good because they don't get really affected by the no priority thing. Like no priority is also a big deal, because like Summon JD Bottomless. Like Bottomless is actually a good card. Like Summon JD Bottomless, Summon Dark Arm Bottomless, Summon Substitute Book of Moon, Summon Substitute Gemini Sparkgate. Like you don't have priority. So it's like a very, very, very different format, but I would actually play it if like Konami did like Real Prizing and like, you know, Ultimate Time Wizard or something like that. But like, I guess Ultimate Time Travel, whatever. But it would just be like, it'd basically be the same as like, do you play Goats? Do you play Redo? Do you play Hat? Do you play Edison? Do you play Edison 2? Like it would be like that exact same thing. Like this is just a completely different format. Like, I do think it's weird that Konami announced that they were going to make Edison advanced, and then like after the community basically dragged them for like a week or two, they reversed it, had a regular Ultimate Time Wizard with the rules that they were doing for the last 2 years, and then they just stopped doing Ultimate Time Wizard altogether, which I don't think was intentional. It's really weird. Like they clearly intended to do Ultimate Time Travel, or like the time travel format. That was like their intent. But then they just like threw their intent out the window when they got dragged, which is like so funny to me. Yeah, I'm glad that like Konami is not a part of it anymore anyway. Because I don't know if people remember, but the prizing started off really good for Ultimate Time Wizard, but then after like a year and a half, because it didn't change, it just became bad prizing. Yeah, Konami gave out mouse pads and the same giant cards over and over again. Like, bro, nobody wants your fucking 5th Judgment Dragon and your 8th Pot of Greed and your 9th Rescue Cat, like. But they've never been good with prizing, so that's why it's just good that they're not even involved anymore. Like, you guys just suck at this. Like, get the fuck on. You guys suck at prizing. Yugi Booba, why do you keep saying that? They did not give them everything they were going to give us. That's just not true. Genesis was already a thing. Like, you think Genesis was made overnight? You're not that dense. Like Genesis was not made in response to Edison get like people from the Edison community or like Yu-Gi-Oh players in general dragging them. That's not what happened. They didn't make Genesis overnight. Genesis was already planned. Like, I don't know where you're getting, like, the logic in that is so ridiculous. Where did those Dark Ends come from? They've always had them. They have a lot of those prize cards. They also have a storehouse of just giant cards. Like, there's no proof that they were going to support it in a different way. Like, you have no proof of that. Yeah, Genesis is an interesting idea. I agree. I think Genesis is a very interesting idea. I just think that Genesis execution actually ended up being trash, and is still trash, because the decks that win in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Regular are the decks that also happen to win in Genesis, which is fucking stupid. There's no reason I should be watching Vanquish Soul and K9 and whatever like that win both tournaments. That's just crazy. Yeah, they have like a storage of a bunch of the giant cards. So like the Judgment Dragons, Rescue Cats, Pot of Greeds, D-Mox, and all that stuff. They just have a bunch of that. Like every time I've seen a Genesis deck, like, oh, this Genesis deck won. I'm like, wait, so like Vanquish Soul won the main event and the Genesis event? Well, that doesn't make any sense. Like Retro Reborn and LDS are doing a much better job than Konami ever did in the years that they had a chance to do things with the game. And it's not close. Like, just look at like the fucking playmats and stuff that we get. It's not even close. Like, it's just not close. Like, who wants their 10th hamster mat that you can also get by playing in a pod? Like, what sense does it make? Like, Konami is just so bad. Like, you look at this mat, right? Like, look at this play mat. Look at this fucking play mat, and you tell me, like, seriously, like Konami was giving out Hamster, Lad, and Reborn Tengu mats. They didn't even support Tengu format. Like, who wants those mouse pads? Those mouse pads are shit. Like, why hasn't Konami switched to doing cloth playmats? Like, it's crazy to me. Like, you have independent companies like Retro Reborn and LDS making actual really cool cloth playmats that the players want, with really cool designs, that you can't get the playmat by playing in an 8-man pod. Like, you can't get the same playmat that somebody got for topping the event in an 8-man pod. Because what sense would that make? But like at Konami you can. They're just dumb. Like, just dumb. Yeah, the best match they ever did were UDS, and they stopped doing that too. Every good event every good idea they've ever had, they fuck it over somehow. Like, it's actually kind of weird. Like, somebody at that company is trying to sabotage that company, I swear. Like, whoever's at the top is trying, like, they're trying to sabotage it. I'm pretty sure that somebody from, like, the Pokemon company is paying them to, like, yo, we will pay you to fucking destroy Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, just take it out of the equation completely. Like, you can't convince me that somebody isn't being extorted or, like, at least paid, bribed to, like, make Yu-Gi-Oh! Terrible. Like, actively destroy the game from the inside. I blame Jerome. A man who has to wear a tie for his job and can't tie a tie can't be trusted. Oh shit. I have seen his ties, and like, as someone who went to Catholic school my entire life and had to wear a tie every day, and then someone who worked for corporate America where I was wearing a tie for the first couple years of my career every day, like, it is kind of wild. Like, yeah, somebody at the top is just, they do not want Yu-Gi-Oh to succeed. I'm convinced. Like, somebody at the top of Konami does not want that game to succeed. And it is very strange. I like that it took like Pokemon, Riftbound, One Piece, Lorcana to like absorb a lot of the player base of Yu-Gi-Oh for them to finally start updating the pricing and like listening to some of the complaints that have been there for over a decade. Like, why are you just doing serialized cards? Why are you just doing full art cards? Why are you just updating your pricing for YCSs? You know what I mean? Like, all of these things that, these have been complaints for well over a decade. They were complaints when I was playing. Like, they just started to try to like correct things because they're realizing like, oh shit, people are actually playing other card games seriously. Like, they're actually exiting this game and we're not getting new players to replace them. We're in a crisis. Like, we are actually in a bad spot. I'm gonna be so real. Like, I don't care like at all about serialized Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like, it's too late. Like, I just, like, the whole like, I don't know, you top a YCS and your prize card says like, this is from YCS Pittsburgh. Like, okay. Like, you're 15 years too late. Like, even Magic the Gathering has been doing better the entire time when it was like basically just Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, are they done? Another mistake they made was bringing support for old archetypes like GB and 6M, but not enough support to make them viable. So the funny thing about that is, in order for them to make the old archetypes playable with new support, they'd have to like severely power creep them, which is fine because that's what they do with everything anyway. Like, they already power creep the next archetype that they want to promote. But it would just be kind of funny to see, like I remember reading GB Tamer, and like the GB guy that you reveal him and like another GB and you special summon both or some shit. That one guy that's like ridiculous. But in the context of modern Yu-Gi-Oh, he's like, the cards are not good. So it's like, got so scared when Bestiary got bottomless. I was like, not him getting Caius and bottomless. What's happening in here? Take a little peek at what Tim's doing. Ah, yes. You got me, girl. How has modern sustained the power creep? I was summoning either what? I can't. This Stratos or Shore from 2017 and 2011, and I don't think the modern decks that were good this time last year are still good. I don't really understand this question, so sorry about that. That is the alarm for the round. The round is already over. Yeah. So Baku Brody won with Amaryllis. That is so cool that he found a way to make Amaryllis playable. I think we've had 3 different decks win the Jank locals by now too. We have 100%. The last week deck that won was Rekindling. The first week deck was Ronak's Dragon, Yamada Dragon, Light and Darkness Dragon spam deck, and this week is Amaryllis. So far 3 different decks have won in Jank format. Let me get Baku Brody's deck list. Yeah, every Jank tournament so far has been a completely different deck winning, which is good. At least for the longevity of like a format. Diversity does not necessarily mean that the format is good, it just means that it has longevity. So here is Baku Brody's deck from today's Jank tournament that won. So he's playing Net. It's so interesting to see Nettles played in not a toxic way. He's playing Nettles and triple Graveros, triple Botanical Girl, double Botanical Lion, double Dandelion, triple Amaryllis, trade-ins, Market of Roses. This deck is pretty cool, like honestly. Charged Light Brigade, double Lila, and Aaron. Those are the only legal Lightsworn in the entire format. I like it. I would like to see Ronak's Dragon deck versus this and the other deck that won the Rekindling like deck from last week. I want to see like all of the decks that have won the Jank local so far play against like each other. Like I want to see how they fare against each other to see like who's the king of the hill, basically. Did he target Blizzard with Caius in this situation? Will there be a Jank Worlds? Ooh, I didn't really think about doing like a Jank Worlds per se. Like I do the Winners Ball for a regular Edison format. I could think about it though. I might. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, because I wasn't intending to do that at the start of the year. So I don't know if I have enough time to like. Because if you're gonna do like a Worlds, you need to give out enough invites. But maybe I don't need it to be a big tournament. Maybe it could be a small invitational with the people who have won a Jank tournament specifically, and they get to participate in like a Jank playoff thing at the end of the year under like a custom ban list or something. But it does sound like a lot of work, and I don't know. I do not know. Oh, Miracle, Brain Control kill you. Nice. Love to see it. Nice little 2-0 against Black Wings, which, you know, Tim is one of the better frog players in the format, so. Yeah, I don't know if I would do that, because I really just have not thought about doing it. But it's not a bad idea. Maybe, like, it won't be at the end of this year, but maybe it'll be something for, like, 2027 that'll, like, the invites will carry over from 2026 tournament wins and Jank formats. I also need to announce the date of the next IMNerd Circuit Series 1K for Edison. So I have to do that as well. I have to figure out what weekend I want to do in Q3, since we're almost done the first month of Q3 already. think Lightmare is about to come back to the meta in general. I was talking about this on stream this past weekend, but like some people have already started to side Lightmare again, and I just think that Lightsworn and Twilight have gotten away with no one siding that card for the last 2 years, and we're just like it's officially a problem again. Whereas you need to be playing like Lightmare in your side deck if you're playing a deck that can support it. Why? Like that game state was so weird to me. Like did he not resummon the Garoth? Or did he summon the Garoth in attack and then it got I thought the Garoth was already in the field, but and then he summoned. I swear I saw him summon Prisma against Garoth and pass, and then Garoth attacked, went to the hand, and did not get resummoned. And like you have to know that the other back row is Starlight Road there because he's using a compulsory on a Garoth attack instead of anything else, right? Alright, after this duel, I'll hop off of the stream. What the hell? That's so awkward. That might be there the whole game now. Like, there's a chance that MST is there for the rest of the game. I don't even know how that would have gotten flipped. Like, just thinking about how Dueling Book works as somebody who has to play it every week to record. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how that could happen. You're here late. The JANK tournament has already concluded. Goyo take Stratos is so, like, cursed, not supposed to happen, especially whenever a person can use Stratos' effect. Like, that shit is cursed. I'm telling you, there's a good chance that MST is going to be on the field when this game is over. There's, like, a higher than 0% chance that that MST will sit the entire game. Yep, there's the miracle. Is that a real Dupe Frog or is that a junk Dupe Frog? I think it's a real one. Can you attack that Goyo Guardian though? Yeah, that's what I thought. You think he knows the chain MST to his Miracle Fusion? TJ? He sent MST turn 1. You think he knows to do that? You think he knows the chain MST to the Miracle Fusion? What if Tim has like Dark Dust Spirit? He doesn't want it to negate Miracle is crazy. Alright. That's where I draw the line. He doesn't want it to negate Miracle is so crazy. My brain would even like think of something like that. Oh, he's ODing right now, though. Like, man's do be ODing right now. It's almost a little arrogant that he bounced Caius. Like, there's a bit of arrogance with that bounce Caius. Because, like, how are you tributing for that Caius? With your MST set. Like, hopefully Tim can punish this. Because bouncing that Caius is kind of crazy to me. Okay, well, he can clear this field with just what he has already, so yeah, like bouncing Caius here is so, it's just so crazy to me. Like the audacity. The fucking audacity of setting MST turn 1 and thinking that you're about to bounce Kais to your hand. Like, what do you plan to do with that? Certainly you don't plan to summon it, right? Like... Oh, man. And when I say that people don't top with frogs because they play bad, like... People think I'm capping, I guess. He's probably going to end up winning with like brain control or something. Oh, never mind. That, okay, finally. So if Tim just like never uses, like, does he not? I don't know. Let me just shut up. It's also funny now because, like, now if Tim has any trap cards, which is very likely that he has a trap card, that trap card is just walking because the MST's gone. Yep. Yep. Alright, so I don't think it's water art. It could still be water art because he has 0, but I don't think it's that. But like any trap right here is insanely good. Top deck the miracle. Must be nice. 27 cards in deck, draws Miracle Fusion. Alright, Econ, put tree board in attack mode, attack for game. Oh, come on, come on! Not this. Damn, 3 of them? Sacrifice. I mean, this was a very good demonstration of a skillful frog mirror match. I'm assuming you weren't paying attention, but Tim actually cooked. Like, very skillfully cooked. And his opponent very clearly showed that he is lacking in the skill department and has a lot to learn. But, I actually want to see that final game, or the second game. Oh, so, okay. Like, very interesting opening, actually. So he draws Swap Frog here? Yeah, he drew Swap Frog. Wow. He needed to draw that. Junk Synchron off the top. Okay, this guy was drawing broken. Imagine if he didn't hard throw, you know? Bounce Caius. Very ambitious Bounce Caius. Yeah, he was getting bailed out. I mean, watching the replay back, like... I want to know what the plan was if Tim did not activate a spell card. Like, he draws Miracle here, but like, what was the plan? Like, what was the plan? If Tim just was like, I'm not activating any spell cards, like. Also, the Mirror Force that Tim has since turn like 1 was known about since he got Water Arted. So Tim was actually at no risk of losing the game. Because his opponent was forced to use the MST, and like Tim played in a way that made him have to use the MST without the Mirror Force being affected. And so like, even with those top decks, he was not gonna win. Like I was worried about Brain Control, but I didn't realize that I didn't notice that Tim just had Mirror Force the entire game. All right, well, I'm gonna end it there. You guys have a good night. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he also set MST turn 1 in the mirror, right? Like, you know, we could sit there and dissect like why he did or didn't do many things. But all right, you guys have a good night. I will see you all later. Peace.